guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and your boy is late on this one. Dude, Dokkan has just been so busy the last couple of months. This is LR Super Janemba. We're gonna do the level 10 Link video for him. I've already, completed his world tour. Time has passed since he's come out, but it's just like a lot has happened, right? I had a lot of difficulties with him. Big Bad Bosses was actually the very final link I got to Link level 10 for our boy LR Janemba, right? And the thing about that is, again, there's just been so much going on. I haven't had time to actually just make this video right here. But LR Janemba is very good. He's definitely one of the best units in the game. Definitely one of the best villain units in the game. I mean, it works out well that I haven't done his level 10 Link video yet, because now, we could pair him with, LR Full Power Frieza. I did do a video on the Exploding Rage category as well, which Janemba is a part of. I mean, that team has just gotten, 4 LRs in the last, 50 days or something like that, right? Majorly powerful, explosive LRs that really add a lot of potential to, those teams. Again, Janemba's very good. A lot of people were, very, oh my god, at the fact that I gave my boy Janemba full dodge here, but Janemba probably is the best defensive unit in the game, and I do want to maximize him in that fashion for Movie Boss's Extreme Super Battle Road, which is probably the toughest stage in the game in terms of, how strong the enemies are and stuff like that. So that's why he's full dodge. I might change him up later, and give him additionals or crits or something like that. I mean, again, Janemba already is the best defensive unit in the game, so giving him additionals and crits to help maximize his offense, because he doesn't need much help defensively, could be a good idea. Now, Janemba, right? So we're starting out here on Janemba's Movie Bosses team. I'm utilizing Janemba on Movie Bosses, right? His leader skill is Movie Boss and Crota Body and Mind 4 key and 150% of stats. Now, oftentimes the whiny babies go, it's a 150% lead. Dummies, 150 and 170 are both good. It depends, if you're running 2 of a leader, you don't want to run some fodder-ass leader just to get the little bit of extra percentages, right? We want to build, an actual team here, right? So, Janemba, with the 4 key, I think the extra key is going to be more impactful for Janemba than an extra 20% attack and defense would, right? Because key, I think, definitely could be an issue for Janemba. A lot of times when you're using Janemba in difficult events, you're not going to have the luxury to build up his passive, right? Which what Janemba does is he gets 2 key and 22% attack and defense in the 2nd or 3rd slot, right? Oftentimes in Super Battle Road, you're not going to get the luxury to try and do. I'm telling you, you're not going to get the luxury to try and do that, right? But here in a Dokkan event, we could. Now I did get 1 key from the board, so Janemba he'd be at 12 key at the start of turn right here. Link's set, of course, is very good, right? He has Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Fear and Faith, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So a good Link set. I'm just going to do this right here. We're not going to get the support for Janemba, or Fat Janemba. It's okay. We will get the 18-key super attack for LR Janemba right here. He's at 188k defense with his guard, really powerful. Because remember, Janemba guards in slot 1 or 2, right? He doesn't guard in slot 3, which can hurt. That, maybe, way off in the future, that could be a bit of an issue. See, yeah, 4 million. So that's not really that impressive. And that's, with him beginning to build up his passive in the 2nd and 3rd slot right there. But Janemba is the best defensive unit in the game, right? So it's even though I feel like a lot of times his damage is just not going to look that good. Defensively, he really will more than carry himself well, right? And of course, here's the friend Janemba. Janemba works really well with Physical Cooler and stuff like that. Transforming Frieza and Cooler work very well together. All right, so we're gonna destroy this phase right here. But yeah, Janemba in the future, the fact that he doesn't guard in slot 3 could hurt him. I mean, really, looking at it practically now, I don't understand why he does that. Why does he not guard in slot 3? That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, right? I feel like that's just, sort of an unnecessary shaft for LR Janemba. Because, again, it's not only about how good is the unit right now, how good are they going to age? I mean, honestly, the answer is he's going to age fine. Because you just look at how impressive whatchamacallit is. Like all the other Super Janembas are still so crazy. That guard ability ages well. Alright, so Ki is a major issue here. Do I want to just give him Ki? No, I'm not going to use Ki up items right here. We'll just see what he does. Oh my god, he's up to 261k. This will go up with Fat Janemba's ability right there. 293 with 1 attack in slot 2. I mean, we have a lot of support right here. He's getting the 30% buff from Cooler and 30% buff from Fat Janemba, but still, man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. LR Janemba is good. He's strong. I mean, guarding with that level of defense and, you know, then all the dodges I've got. Remember that he also does have a nullification. Janemba has a high chance of nullifying enemy Ki Blast supers, which is going to be very good in difficult content, right? Very, very good in difficult content. Janemba nullifying Blast supers. Because, like, whereas Gogeta, you're almost never going to see a melee super attack from an enemy. They're very uncommon. But Blast supers are very common, right? And Gogeta has to... First, you have to get to turn 4, right? Then you fuse. Then he's got an 18 key super attack something. And then it has to live, which is a tall task. And then the enemy has to super you. It's just impossible to get, basically, right? You'll see it once every 12 months. But Janemba's just 50% chance to nullify Ki Blast super. It's just way easier. You will actually be able to see it, for sure. Alright, so now we're over here on Cooler's Transformation Boost / Terrifying Conqueror team, right? Over here, this could be pretty good for our boy Janemba, right? So, we now have LR Full Power Frieza, easily one of the best units in the game, right? If not number 1. He's right up there. He's super good. Oh boy, cord issues. Great! That's what we want for the Janemba video here. But Full Power Frieza and Janemba, they're gonna work well together. And that, are you ever gonna reconnect? They have 3 links: Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Frieza and Janemba have. Wow, this is turn 1! Look at this rotation. Do you guys like this rotation right here? Frieza, Janemba, and Garlic Jr. These are all units who have recently come out. Look at the strength. Again, this is turn 1. Remember, Frieza stacks attack and defense. Janemba builds up in the 2nd and 3rd slot. But I think a lot of times Janemba probably is going to look fairly unimpressive damage-wise in many events if you're not building him up, which you're not going to have the opportunity to do. So let's put Janemba in slot 1 right here. And obviously, this is not what we'd want to do. We would want to put Frieza in slot 1. But, again, we're just trying to get a bunch of footage for our boy Janemba right here. All right, so let's see what we do. I don't think this attack set is going to be very impressive whatsoever. And then Frieza is going to shit on Janemba with his attack stat right afterwards, too. So let's see. Again, we have a bunch of Janemba's powerful links active. Under a 3 million attack stat. Very unimpressive. Now, defensively, he could still carry the weight, right, with how good he is defensively. But look at the difference between Janemba and Frieza. Now, that's a good 12 key attack stat, dude. All right, bye, Bardock. See you in hell. Goodbye. Get kicked, bitch. Oh, my God. Yeah, so... now, Frieza's... it's not... I don't know. It's not maybe not fair to compare to Frieza, but... Again, like, oftentimes I'll see, like, a 3 million attack start or something, and I'll go, like, it's not really that impressive. And, like, someone will comment and say, did he really just say that wasn't that impressive? It's like, well, yeah, because it wasn't! Yes, I did! You got me red-handed! It wasn't impressive, right? Remember, power creep is eternal, and it is always a thing, right? Power creep will always be pushing forward, moving forward, moving forward, moving forward, so you have to adapt, right? Like, we can't compare everything to, like, I don't know, AGL LR Gohan and Int Cell who came out 2 years ago, right? Like, the standard, the bar has moved up since then. So, all right, let's keep going. We'll get one more turn for Janemba here. I don't know. I think I'm going to just do, like, another sort of, like, random build on, like, Transformation Boost or... I did recently do a video for Exploding Rage. Maybe we could do Kuroda Body of Mine. But I'm going to go into, like, a long event, right? Because the thing that's going to help Janemba, right? Janemba, Buhan, Frieza, Int Cell all work fairly well together. Just at least that they have a couple of basic links. Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, and Big Bad Bosses together, right? It's going to help out all of them. Okay, so what would we get? Oh, wow, we have most of his links active. I'm going to just sort of like... I'm going to fix things up a little bit on this rotation. Let's get Janemba to max. Oh, well, he's already going to be very high, but... let's get Janemba to max key, right? And let's just see what he does on this turn. Again, we'll do one more build of, like, corroded body and mind or something like that. Then I'll go to, like, a long event. And we'll, like, build up Janemba's passive fully, right? So, again, his damage and stuff like that, I feel like a lot of times aren't going to look that good. In many practical situations, Janemba will struggle for key, right? Like, he's not going to be hitting that 18 key super consistently and shit like that. It's just not going to happen, right? But if you're talking about a long event, right, where you could build Janemba's full passive up before it really gets difficult, then he becomes God. He's untouchable, and the damage, he's doing like 7 million attack stats while he's literally untouchable, right? Very impressive. Okay, so he's at 254k defense right there. He has 6 out of 7. The only thing not active is shocking speed for LR Janemba right there. So it's a very good rotation for LR Janemba. All right, let's go ahead and see what we get. One support, though. Right, it's not double support. There's only one support. And, of course, we are on Cooler's team, so for the whiny babies, 170. Yeah, Cooler is double 170, attack and defense, right? All right, so let's see what Janemba does for us right here. Janemba. Also, don't forget that Metamorphosis link, healing, very good. Especially if you got a lot of other healing characters around. 5.62, definitely good. But, like, remember, like, we saw, like, just a casual, like, full power freeze turn, he was even above that, right? Again, Janemba's more so geared around defense. And then the other thing, too, with Janemba is for him to really be doing impressive damage, he does have to build up in, like, slots 2 and 3 and stuff first, right? Once he's doing that, that's where the damage gets crazy for him. That's where you'll consistently hit the 18-key super attack with him as well. Once you are getting the key, right? Once you've got all 6 key built up, that's where Janemba can start looking a lot better. A lot better. All right, so now we are on another event. Again, just trying to get to a lot of footage for our boy Janemba. This will be an interesting turn 1 for him. Yeah, 254k. I mean, this is with a lot of support, of course. Let's do this right here. So we're going to be able to get 24 key for him turn 1. Now, remember that Cooler is not supporting Janemba right here, right? Remember that Cooler supports Terrifying Conquerors with multiple enemies. So this is one support for Janemba, but Cooler and Janemba do link rather well together, right? I mean, they have Metamorphosis, they have Fierce Battle, they have Big Bad Bosses. Does Cooler does not have Brutal Beatdown, right? Let me double check that. Yeah, Cooler does have Brutal Beatdown. Okay, so there's Janemba. Remember that attacks in second slot 2 and 3 do build him up as well, right? Like, we'll get increased damage by attacking in the second and third slot. So, again, it can be important to do that. If you're doing a long event, sure. But the thing is, it's not always going to be feasible to do that. Like, you're going to be running in, like, one of these Super Battle Road stages. All the attacks are in slot 1. Guess what? That's where Janemba's got to go, right? Like, you don't really have an opportunity to put him in other slots a lot of times. Because Janemba's main role is going to be defense. But, you know, after his passive builds up, offensively, I think Janemba can carry as well. So the next run we're going to do is we'll build out a team, again, specifically for Janemba. And we'll head into, like, probably, like, the Legendary Goku event or something like that. Okay, let's do this right here. Next turn is actually going to be pretty wild for Janemba. Because we're going to have 100% support. He's going to have had multiple attacks in. 358. Man, you see, like, because Janemba has powerful links, dude. Things like Big Bad Bosses and Metamorphosis is 2 key, it's 5% HP regen and 35% attack and defense. Just Big Bad Bosses and Metamorphosis is 5% HP regen and 35% attack and defense. Just having those 2 links active is a huge, like, power buff. There is a 6 million. I mean, it's good, right? Like, that's really fine with the level of defense he's got, right? Like, we have seen other, like, new top-tier units really eclipse, like, those damage numbers that Janemba's doing, but, again, I actually probably, you guys know I'm a big UI Goku fan. I think he's amazing, you know, one of the best units in the game, but I probably would say I like Janemba as the best defensive unit in the game. I think Janemba is probably who I would say is #1 defensively, because, like, UI Goku is definitely a bit better defensively, I think, than Janemba in the earlier rounds of Super Battle Road stages. But, like, UI Goku gets cooked like against one of those bosses from long events that can cancel dodging, whereas Janemba is invincible god against even those bosses that cancel dodging, right? So that to me makes me confident in saying Janemba is the best defensive unit in the game, right? And then it's like he has this best level of defense, but he's also able to contribute huge damage numbers, depending upon what the situation is, right? Like damage numbers can definitely look a little bit mid, right? For sure. Depending upon if you've got support or if he has an attack in slot 2 and 3 and stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Another really good rotation. I'm actually going to use an item right there to make sure we don't die, because Broly does kill 434. Wow. Okay. That's very good. Considering he guards. That's why, like, people saw me give him full dodge, and they said, "You don't even deserve Janemba. Full dodge, what are you doing?" It's like, okay, well, I know, like, the numbers look good, but when we go into Movie Boss Extreme Super Battle Road, Janemba ain't taking double digits in there. No one does. So, yeah. Trust me, I'm doing it for a reason. All right, give me a good number right here. That's good. Basically 9 million, Janemba. You could chill. That's it's a fine attack set right there, I'd say. See ya, Broly. Goodbye. Alright, so now we'll do one last run here on Transformation Boost. I'm bringing, like, LR Buhan. Buhan and Janemba are going to be a absolutely vicious combo for long events, right? Because Buhan will be stacking up. They're going to link very well together. You know, Janemba can absolutely hold the fort in slot 1 or slot 2. It's just going to be a very versatile, very good sort of 1-2 punch, right? Buhan and Janemba are going to work really well together. Now, honestly, I would like, I think, a different leader for Transformation Boost. I mean, I'm at the point where I just want, like, every category to get, like, new leaders, man. It's like, I really hate, like, Janemba's a fine leader skill unit. I think 4-key 150% is fine as a leader skill. I really wish they would stop releasing LRs that buff, like, 130. I don't like doing 130 for showcases, but I think 150 is fine, right? So, like, LR Goku and Piccolo drop with a Savior leader skill of 130. Like, dude, like, why? Like, there's no point. Like, there's only so many releases per year. Like, we need, like, new units with, like, major leader skills. Why is it? It seems like it's lagging. What the hell? But I don't know. I mean, Dokkan just has to improve with leader skills, right? Because many characters just don't even really have legitimate, like, options. Like they don't work well on the team with the leader, right? Look at a lot of the, you know, like, Saiyan characters on Transformation Boost don't necessarily work the best with Cooler. I mean, Cooler's got the support ability, which is good, but if you're going up against multiple enemies, like maybe, say, Transformation Boost Super Battle Road, Cooler's going to be buffing Terrifying Conquer and not even Transformation Boost, right? So there are lots of instances like that. All right, so right here, right? So we have Buhan and Janemba. So Buhan and Janemba will work fine. Oh, this is Boo-Tanks. Right, we have, what, 5 out of 7 right there? But the key one, Big Bad Bosses, is not activated. The only, like, one of the only real negatives about Boo-Tanks / Buhan is the fact that he does not get Big Bad Bosses until he transforms, right? But we'll go ahead and put him in slot 1. We'll let him stack up a little bit. We got Janemba in slot 2 right there. We've done, what, 1 attack with Janemba? Or, yeah, 1 attack with Janemba in slot 2. So we still need to do a couple of more attacks for Janemba to build up. Janemba also does, this is the first time I'm mentioning it in the video, but Janemba does also have an active skill. I don't really think it's going to be the biggest deal, the fact that he has this active skill. But, like, for long events, it could certainly be good, right? Like, maybe for, like, a no-item run. You could do it 6 turns into the fight if your HP is 66% or more. Janemba can go ahead and pop his active skill, which, again, gives you sort of like a rage transformation for 1 turn. Which, you know, can be good in the right scenario, I guess. We actually can probably go ahead and activate that right here, actually. So let's go ahead and see how he does. Our boy Janemba with the active skill popped on this next turn. Unless Cooler takes a lot of damage here, which I don't think he will. I don't think he'll take enough damage for us to fall below 66%. So we should be pretty good here. We'll go ahead and see how it looks, right? But yeah, LR Janemba, really ultra powerful unit. You definitely don't want to sleep on him. I don't think he's smart to summon for, because it's like, at legendary summon units, there's a lot of reasons not to summon for them, and then another big reason of that, right, would be the fact that what's the word I'm thinking of? I'm not going to use the active skill yet here. I don't think. But another reason not to summon them is leader skills. Oftentimes they're not like game changing, like, you know, groundbreaking leader skills or anything like that, right? Janemba's certainly is not. Okay, so I do kind of want to get more turns in here, like, because, like, we could transform with Fat Janemba into Super Janemba. He could work well, right? Have the two Janembas sharing nearly the whole same link set, but then again, I mean, Buhan does as well. Here, let me just go ahead and transform with Buhan. And we can have maybe all 7 links activated here. Or is it going to be 6 out of 7? With Buhan and Fat Janemba next to each other. Maybe Fear and Faith might be one of the only links that's not activated. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So, Janemba doesn't have Brutal Beatdown and Fear and Faith. Okay. That's fine. We'll do that right there. Just want to get this last attack in. Remember, Janemba and Buhan share those 5 links right there. Let's just get this attack in right here, and then now Janemba is fully built up. We have Janemba's full passive built up, the 6 key, and then the 66% attack and defense from attacking in slot 2 or 3. So from this turn forward, we're going to see Janemba rocking shit at full power. Alright guys, let's take a quick look at our boy Janemba's active skill right here. Janemba's active skill, it can be pretty powerful, I guess. I mean, it's not going to do nearly, you know, Goku's 4 bars of, like, health right here. But Janemba does have the same UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta crit ability in his transform state. So, of course, that's pretty good. Janemba also gets an additional 1 key per orb, you know, the LR Gohan mechanic as well. So, you know, not too bad, I guess. Let's go and play the audio for this, sure. And I think there's audio when Janemba leaves the form as well. So I'll just let it play the whole way through. We'll just go through this quickly. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this turn right here with our boy Janemba. This will be a really good turn in terms of his links. You know, we got 4 active. Let's see how much damage he'll do right here. Then next turn we'd have a lot of support. 422k defense, huh? Let me actually do a quick little orb changeroo right here to get Janemba to activate his ability. I'm actually just going to use a key up item as well, because this will get us a full 24 key for Janemba. Yeah. Okay. So remember, his defense is like 460 or 450 plus, by the way, after Janemba's support ability kicks in. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what we get. This is going to be a high number by our boy Janemba. That is for damn sure. This is going to be a big boy number right here. Yeah, 9.5, huh, Janemba? When that passive of his builds up, oh yeah, he's putting up numbers. That's, yeah, that's not bad at all by our boy Janemba right there. That is pretty goddamn good. Okay, so we'll probably do like 1 more turn or 2 more turns or something like that. And then we'll sort of finish up, but, let me know what you guys are thinking of LR Janemba. He's very good. I think he's like right in there as like a top 10 unit in the game or something like that. At least, you know, like sort of that works. As far as villains go, only like full power Frieza and SCR Broly I think are better. I do like Janemba over Buhan. Buhan is super good, and Janemba is a good partner for Buhan, right? Like, Buhan is better with Janemba in the game. But I do like what Janemba's able to contribute across the entire game more than Buhan. Janemba shits on Buhan, like, turn 1 in Div Bolt content, right? You know, before Buhan has had a chance to, like, really do his stacking and stuff like that. Alright, so yeah, we'll get 2 more turns by our boy Janemba, and then we will finish up here. Okay, cool. Double super attack right here to bring us back to full health. I'm not going to complain about that. This 50% support boo is quite good. Healing is always really strong. Alrighty, so this is a good turn right here. Keep in mind that I did use a Fruit of the Treomite before. I'm going to pop another one. I don't even care. Let's just max him out at the end of this video here and see what he's capable of doing. The only thing is that Kid Boo is going to be a little bit exposed there. I'm gonna use a Princess Snake right here, actually, just to make sure. All right, so what is Janemba at? 469k. We have those same 4 links active. Let's see what his attack set is right here. Remember, I can put him in slot 1 now, right? Like Janemba, we've already fully built up his passive, so we could just be rocking him in slot 1 and stuff. That's why Janemba's gonna be so good for the difficult content, right? It's because, you know, at the start of, like, the Legendary Vegeta event, Legendary Goku event, and stuff like that, like, you could just easily force Janemba in slot 2. Just let him do attacks. Because all he has to do is do attacks in slot 2, right? It doesn't even need to be a super attack. And if he additionals, right, like, you know, that's going to be 2 of the attacks that you need to get out. Boom, boom. And you're good to go, right? Okay, so how is our boy Buhan's defense? I didn't really stack up too much with Buhan up to this point, but he should still be, yeah, 340k, basically. Let me do this. I think I can do a little bit of orb change and get Janemba to get his support type ability, actually. Can I? Yeah, we're good. Alright, so we'll do this, and then I'm actually going to use a Princess Snake right here, just to make sure. And then next turn, we're going to see Janemba really look good on this next turn, right? I think is he going to break 10 mil? I think so, because I think that the 50% support boo, he does have Metamorphosis, right? The only thing is I'll have to see what the enemy attack pattern is looking like here. I don't have any more items, because both the support boo and Kid Boo would get demolished, get walloped by this UI Goku. I guess if I... Actually, we would be... If I can get a lot of orbs for Super Boo, he'll be fine, right? Because he gets, what, 20% attack and defense per orb, those 50% support type units do. So we just got to get him to, like, 200k defense, and UI Goku's not going to be able to finish him off, even if he super attacks. So let's go ahead and see how this turn plays out for us right here. Remember, this is a lot of support for Janemba, right? He's getting 100% support. Oh, yeah, this is fine. We should be good to go right here. Yeah, that's because this is 8 orbs. So defensively, I think Super Boo is going to be completely good right there. 180, we should be good, yeah. I think so. I hope so. In terms of links, everything active except for Legendary Power, Shocking Speed. He's at 500k defense, which I would consider pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what Janemba does. Hopefully I don't die right here, but even if we get supered, I don't think... we're okay. We're okay, because he's going to heal. So even if UI Goku supers us, we're not dead here, because he does heal. Okay. Well, so you need about, what, like 210 right there for a type disadvantage unit to be taking about double digits. But we're good. All right, and Janemba up to 10 mil. I'll take the 10 million with 500k defense and guard by our boy LR Janemba, level 10 links, right? So there we go. There's our boy LR Janemba. Very, very powerful unit. Definitely one of the strongest units in the game, without question. Let me know what you guys think of our boy LR Janemba. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.